Wrong start. Apologize for that. That was the BS show start. It's for nobodies talking sports. Mike is running late. Brian is running late, but we've got Jake's here, our hockey correspondent. He's going to fill in for late Brian. And Bob's good enough to fill in for like 5 fucking people. So Bob's filling in for everybody else. Hey, Bruce, what is happening? So, guys, how's everybody doing? Jake, how's Jake doing?
Good as well, too. Another Monday, living the dream, getting warmer. Got to mow that grass soon. Life is good.
Are you one of those that is working from home now?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you are? Oh, okay.
Yep, we are. I am from home. This is my office. I'm down here more than I am upstairs.
Hey, Bob, we got another Joe Retorto.
There you go.
We're going to call Jake Joe. Hey, Joe. How is the smartest man in sports? That's you, Bob.
I'm doing great. I don't know about Jake, but I'm doing great.
I don't know about Jake. Yeah, Bruce is hidden watching us. We've got a big packed show tonight. We've got a lot of topics. We're going to dig into the how do you say it? Kathleen? Is that the proper way of saying it?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn? Oh, is it Caitlyn?
Caitlyn.
Oh,
Caitlyn.
my boo-boo. I got the wrong. Is there another one called what I said?
No, Caitlyn Jenner, right? That's who we're talking about?
Yeah. Caitlyn Jenner, LeBron James, the NFL draft, Bubba Wallace. I had to Google Bubba Wallace, Bob. And
not a person.
He's not a name that I would remember from. If you would say a couple other names, I probably know him because I see him all the time. I just don't see that name a lot, and I don't watch ESPN like you anymore. So.
I can't believe you don't know who Bubba Wallace is, but we'll get into it.
Yeah. I Googled. I used to Google FUBU. Yeah, and we are going to. I think this next topic. I think we're only discussing because I think maybe the Dodgers are on a losing streak, and I think maybe some of the umpires have affected that streak, and Bob's upset. So we're talking Major League Baseball umpires because Bob wanted to talk Major League. Am I right on that one, Bob?
Actually, you would. This did not happen during a Dodgers game. It happened between a Brewers and Marlins game. But the call, I'm going to have you pull it up. Brewers, when it's time, Brewers, Marlins, bad call. This was so egregious. And then after the game, when the umpire saw the tape, he still said his call was right. Stevie Wonder could have seen the call was wrong. Okay. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're going to go ahead and jump right into the Jenner comment. And, I'm going to get something off my chest because I think maybe this is time we need to really listen to a Jenner, to listen to him, he, whatever you want to call. What do you want to call her? Whatever. I don't care what it is, but I'm going to make my point. You got to remember this person. I'm going to say person. Let's say person. This person is a top gold medal Olympic athlete. Right, Bob?
Absolutely.
Okay. He is also someone that to get into the Olympics is not fucking easy. It is not easy. You're talking about thousands and thousands of people trying out to get into the Olympics. You have to be the best of the best to make it there. And when he was Bruce Jenner, he made it there, right? Mm-hmm. Now, if he's saying that it's not fair for a boy to participate in women's sports in high school, then I think people need to listen, because this is not coming from Joe Blow off the street. This is a gold medal Olympic winner, the top of his class, the top of the world at a certain point in time was 76. 76. So he's going to understand body types. He's going to understand what it takes to be a gold medalist winner. He knows what it takes to be a professional athlete in whatever sport. So why aren't we people listening to him? I don't care who he is or what he did to his body, but he is saying it's not fair. People need to start listening. Am I right? That's what I want to get my point across with that, because it's just ridiculous. Your point, Bob.
Go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, Jake, you want to go?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, I guess. I mean, I don't see the big deal with it all, kind of on both sides even, right? Like, I don't know. I'm totally trying to play the PC nice thing here right now.
No, get it out, because I mean, you're not it's not about being PC anymore. This is about like I said, this is he's the best of the best. He was the best of the best. He knows what it takes to get to that level, and he knows what a person's abilities, what a man's abilities are and what a woman's abilities are. And he's saying it's not fair. So, he said it, you could say it. Go ahead, knock yourself out. Get it out, Jake. You don't have to block yourself out. Get it out.
No, I mean, it's such a small issue too, and I agree with you though. I do agree with you, right? Like, this person has been there, they know it. Like, they know much more than I do. This body is never going to be in the Olympics. Let's just be honest with that. This body is never going to participate in professional sports.
Yeah.
So, if it's coming from someone like that knows it, has seen it. There's been plenty of other stories from athletes and whatnot where this idea has come from. Not idea, but the stances come from. So yeah, I can see it happening in Benuel.
Russia's been doing it for years.
The East Germans, Bruce. Back in the day, it was the East Germans.
Yes, they have, Bruce.
1980s hockey.
Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Your thoughts, Bob.
My thoughts is, I think it's awesome because you have a transgender person calling all the transgender guys out who are playing women's sports. I mean, Bruce Jenner was he won the gold medal in the decathlon, which means he had to do 10 events and place high enough in all 10 to win the gold medal. But he also understands that men are biologically, physically stronger than women. That's just the genetics. Okay. If you have a woman working out as hard as she can and a man working out as hard as he can, he knows that the man's always going to have the advantage.
Yep.
And that's just a fact. I mean, we've gone over this with that 6'8" dude playing basketball for Mission Hills College in Santa Clara. You know what I mean? It's just stupid. And you got the world record holder right now in cycling is a transgender male competing with women, and everyone thinks it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. You've got girls in Connecticut training their whole life to run track and field, and they're losing scholarships to these 3 transgender black kids running track because they weren't good enough in the boys division. Now they want to be females, and they're kicking ass in the 100-yard dash and the 200-yard dash and in the 440. And the girls who've trained all their lives are coming, they're coming in fourth, and people are noticing that. So, they're losing college scholarships because on paper, they don't look as impressive because they're getting beat out by boys. And number one, it's huge because, again, a transgender said it. Now, how the transgender community is going to accept this, and the LGBTQ HRLMNOP people, how they're going to accept it too, because, everyone's like, well, these people have rights, blah, 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 blah. And I just can't believe that as America, we cater to less than 4% of the population on this matter. Okay, we shouldn't have to.
Yeah, and we're not being a bunch of male chauvinist pigs here. I mean, it's just common sense. I mean, I'm just gonna pull some numbers here real quick, and hold on here.
Well, look at that MMA fighter,
right.
Fallon Fox.
Well,
2 of her fights, she crushed a woman's skull in 2 fights in a row. Okay, because she's far stronger and superior because she's a man, baby. Okay, she's a man.
Yeah,
but she crushed 2 women's skulls.
The world record for the 100-meter race for a man is 9.58 seconds. 9.58 seconds. A woman's best time is 10. That was you. It was 10:49. So I mean, it's obvious. You can go through all those lists on races alone, and that's what doesn't make any sense. Is that man is going to always have 3 to almost here not that much of a gap, but I mean you're talking. I don't think any other woman ran that. What's the best? Let me see here. Women's 100-meter race. Yeah, 10:46. It's one person who's done that, and I'm trying to see what the other times behind that. And I mean, we're also talking about Usain. What is it? Usain Bolt.
Usain Bolt. But if you look at Tyson Gay, and there's like three or 4 other. I mean, Matthew Boland is in University of Georgia, and he's like the new biggest thing in sprinting. And that kid is quick as hell.
Jesus.
But I don't see even Evelyn Ashford or any of the girls on the U.S. Olympic team who run 100 even beating Matthew Boland.
Right, yeah. And the women's record was set in 1988 by Florence Jeffert Joyner.
Yeah, Florence Joyner Griffith.
Yeah, 88, guys. 88.
Yeah.
The top 10 male runners are better than the fastest female runner.
Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go.
The 10 fastest person is 9.86.
Yeah, I mean it's just ridiculous, and for someone, and I know they're gonna. Does this make them hate her now? Is she just, or I'm gonna call her she just for every. They're gonna hate her, right? Am I right? Yeah. Or is this a push for governor, Bob?
I don't. You know what? I don't. It could be a push for governor, but also again, I think. Bruce is telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? Men are physically stronger than women. If they both worked out the same, okay? Matter of fact, I think the only sport that a woman could truly dominate a man, besides beach volleyball with them butts, is women's gymnastics. But if you look at women's gymnastics, they have different exercises than men have.
Right.
You know, they've got the uneven parallel bars. They've got the vault. But men got to do more feats of strength. Like they have the rings. And the pommel horse is harder.
Which of course is stronger upper body, which a man has. So they're going to do events that are more based on upper body strength. Yeah, I mean, I wish she would elaborate. I wish she would elaborated. I know it looked like she wanted to get into it, but then she's like, you know what, I'm not, and she got in the car and drove off. But I wish she would have continued that argument with that guy. And I know it's TMZ. It's a TMZ guy. She probably sees him 15 times during the day. That guy must follow her around like everywhere she goes. But I wish she would elaborated on it, because I believe that's what she's saying. And this is, like I said, I mean, think about the process it takes for any boy or girl to make it to the Olympics. You think it's hard to get into the NFL and the NBA? It's even harder to get into the Olympics and be a representative for your country. It's super freaking hard. So for someone at that stature to say, hey, open your fucking eyes. Well, she didn't say it that way, but open your fucking eyes, dude. I mean, it's not fair. And it's not fair. And I like what she said at the end. And she said it's not fair to girls. And it's important to keep women's sports going in high school. And that's the point.
It's important. Yeah. It's important to keep Title IX going, because they fought so hard for Title IX.
Yeah. And that's where Yeah, go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob.
No, this just blows Title IX out of the water if you let biological boys, because they think their girls can compete with women, and I'm just surprised that there's
Bruce.
not more women athletes out there saying we don't want the men to compete.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm surprised there's not, but they're all just trying to stay politically correct because you can't say that you're against it because now you're a Republican and you're a racist and you're a homophobe, blah, 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 blah. Has nothing to do with it.
Well, I think the female athlete that is in high school is afraid to speak up because most of them are on scholarships. So if they do speak up, there's a chance that that's going to backlash on the university. And then that university is going to take it out on them. And who knows, pull their scholarships or whatever. But I think that's the only thing that's really holding back I think the female athlete from speaking out and saying, hey, hey, cool, I respect you. This is what you want to be, but you don't belong here. That's just bottom line. You don't belong on my basketball court. You don't belong, on my volleyball team. You don't belong on whatever women's sports they're out there. I don't know them all. We got most of the college sports. What are they? Female sports, Bob's basketball, volleyball.
Oh no, there's a lot of them because
there's a lot.
For every sport except football,
there's
a matching women's sport because women, you've got basketball, you've got soccer, you've got volleyball, you've got
lacrosse,
hurling. You got women's lacrosse. You've got tennis.
Hockey.
You've got
hockey,
gymnastics. You got women's hockey. You've got women's wrestling now. I mean, a buddy of mine, his daughter is a female wrestler at a college in Oregon. They have a women's program.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
but in high school, she had to wrestle boys.
Yeah. In high school, she got to wrestle boys. And that's not saying that's effed up, but I don't want to be that guy. I'll pin your ass. I'll pin you.
But the whole thing too is, I mean,
I own you.
If a female college athlete came out and said this is bull crap, and the university pulled her scholarship, that's a lawsuit.
Yeah, that is
because right now there's a soccer player at Virginia Tech who got kicked off the team because she refused to kneel for the flag.
Yeah.
But the rest of the team was kneeling. She goes, I'm not kneeling. So the coach dropped her from the team and she lost her scholarship. She's suing the college because she didn't want to kneel. And the coach told her to.
Yeah. Well, someone needs to speak up because it can't go. It needs to change. And if it means, God forbid, transgender category for sports,
That's fine.
It will never. That's fine, but it won't happen because, again, like Bob said, we are catering to less than 1% of the population. Not even. How many could there possibly be? I don't know. But and how many of them are actually playing sports?
Right
at that level.
But the whole LGBTQ community is 4% of the United States. If you throw in everybody, so the transgenders are probably less than 1%. But the whole thing is why do we have to cater to them?
Yeah, exactly. I'm with you, Bob, and Jenner's with you as well.
I just think it's great that they shake up their community because now they have to pick sides.
Like I said, I really hope that she elaborates on it somehow. Somebody is contacting her to elaborate. I'm sure. I don't know if it's ESPN or somebody, but I hope it's not TMZ Sports because I mean, when TMZ Sports starts being a fucking thing, we're in trouble. I mean, I like the what is the word I want to use? That the direction that they go with TMZ Sports is not really about the sports. It's kind of about what you're fucking doing behind the scenes of your of your sport. But oh man. All right. Are we good on that, guys? Are we good? You feel better getting that one off your chest there, Bob?
Yeah, I'd like to say I thought it was interesting coming from a transgender, so I think that was pretty cool. That's why it made news.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up. I didn't even see that in the feed. So let's jump into the crybaby of the NBA, Mr. LeBron James. LeBron is upset, Bob. He is upset, and he doesn't like the new rule. And I had to do some digging because that's kind of I guess he doesn't stand alone on this. I guess Cuban's not too happy with it either. So I guess Cuban called the tournament
right.
Enormous mistake.
Yeah. So when they first came out with this, okay, they came out with it about, I want to say 6 weeks ago. Hey, we're going to change the format of the playoffs. We're going to have a play-in game. Yeah. So the number 7 team will play the number 9 team, and the number 8 team is going to play the number 10. No, 7's going to play 10, 8's going to play 9.
Yeah.
So you have to play yourself and win yourself in. Now, 6 weeks ago when they first brought this up, Mark Cuban, Luka Doncic, there was probably about another guys who were not happy, but it didn't make news. Now,
right.
LeBron at the time was a state. At the time, the Lakers were the number 4 seed.
Yeah.
LeBron gets hurt. Anthony Davis gets hurt. Now they're tanking, okay?
Yeah.
They're sinking like the Titanic.
Yeah.
So now there's a realization that the Lakers are going to have to play a play-in game to get into the playoffs. Right. Now LeBron's upset.
Yeah. The Lakers are the 6th seed.
He wasn't upset 6 weeks ago.
Yeah, they're the 6th seed in the West right now, and they're one loss away from being in that 7th spot. So yeah, that would make them
right. Yeah, like I said though, when they first came out with it, LeBron didn't say a word because he thought the Lakers would be safe.
Yeah.
Okay, but now all of a sudden it bothers LeBron because if they tie with Portland or if they tie with the next team, the other 2 teams have the advantage in the overall series of the year. So they would get the higher seed and the Lakers would fall.
Yeah.
So like I said, I mean, LeBron only started bitching because he can see a situation where the Lakers will have to be in the play-in game.
Yeah.
And that bothers him. It didn't bother him 6 weeks ago.
Is that a one and done playoff game?
Uh-huh.
It's a one and done.
It's a one and done.
Wow.
Yeah. Thank God. Knowing the NBA, I figured it might be like a best of 3 or best
of 27.
No, I think it's
try to make some more money.
It's a one and done. Yeah.
It's a one and done.
It's like baseball. Baseball, the 4 and 5 seed play a one game playoff game to determine who's going to go play the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like the NCAA when they have those 4 play-in games. But like I said, LeBron only got upset yesterday because they might not make, they might have to play a playing game.
They play a game. And is he's back, right?
He's big yes and no.
Yes and no. That's right.
He came back for a couple games. The Lakers lost. He's not playing tonight because of his foot injury.
Yeah.
And they just lost their point guard for the year who got hurt. So the Lakers are in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble.
The Lakers are in trouble. And that's why LeBron is throwing a fit.
Where's the Warriors in this whole situation?
Warriors are, right now, they might be the 9th or 10th team.
Oh, okay. They're going to sneak in then.
Yeah, but that's another one of LeBron's points I don't think he really wants to play the Warriors with Steph Curry and a couple other healthy guys, man, because they might lose.
Yeah. I'm going to pull up their
that would be amazing.
Wow, the Warriors are 33 and 32. Wow.
Yeah. And if I was Adam Silver, when LeBron goes, I don't know who thought this up, but they need to be fired, I'd call LeBron on the hotline and I'd tell him, say, look, dude, okay, now you're coming after me. So this love affair with me kissing your ass every day is over.
Well, that all that had to be something. That rule had to not just go through the owners. That had to go through the players' union as well. So the players had to agree on this term before it was official. I mean, it's both parties. Mm-hmm. I think that's how it works, and not just the owners saying, "Oh, guess what? This is what we're going to do." It's still something that had to go through the players' union. So, the players had to say yay or nay on this, and I'm sure LeBron said, "Oh yeah, well, no problem. We're gonna squeak through. We're gonna be the first, or we're gonna be the 1 or 2 seed in the playoffs anyway. So and now, yeah, exactly. Now the shit, one loss away from being in the 7th spot and crying about having to play an extra game because he's hurt. Which in his case, what did he say? How did he say it? It doesn't matter if I'm 100% or not. How did he put it in that interview? Did you see it?
I just saw the part where he said, "Whoever thought this up should be fired."
Yeah, he said something before that. He says it doesn't matter if I'm 100% or not. That's not important. I think that's how he said.
I mean, what I think is happening is people are missing the big picture here on why they want to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. They need the attention.
Yeah.
They need ratings.
They're
okay.
killing
The NBA, nobody watches it anymore. So with this 1-game controversy, at least people are talking about it because their fan base has dwindled badly in the last 2 years. Yeah. And they have nobody to blame but themselves.
Yeah.
And hey, I just think this is a ploy to gain some attention. And what's crazy is if you watch First Take or if you watch any of these sports shows where they talk about stuff, nobody ever brings up the fact that the NBA ratings have tanked. Yeah. It's still the greatest game on it. Why don't you guys just come clean and say, look?
But do you think if they get shitty ratings during this playoff, the NBA is going to sit down and make some changes? Don't you think the owners, if they come in during these playoffs with shitty ratings, don't you think the owners next year are going to sit down and say, hey, we need to make some big fucking changes here?
No.
Yeah.
You don't think so? I do. Come on, Jake. They can't take another.
They're trying to get back into China, so they don't give a shit about us anymore. They want that Chinese market back. That's all they care about right now. They could give 2 shits less about the fans in the States.
Yeah, what is that? China? But who the fuck? I mean, what time's the fucking game on over there?
Well, they fly over there. They fly over there and play and everything. It's ridiculous. Because what did they have it a year or 2 over in China, and it was like the best thing ever, something like that.
They still do.
They still do. Yeah.
They still go to China.
Go to fucking China then, LeBron. Go to China and shut your fucking mouth.
Well, plus what the NBA's message is, we're against oppression and all that. Yeah. But yet you will support China and the kids making 50 cents an hour to make your fucking Nike shoes. You don't care about that because they're making 50 cents an hour. The shoe cost them probably $5 to make, and you're going to come over here and sell it for $250 because it's got LeBron's name on it.
Got LeBron.
That's why no one's going to bitch about China.
Yeah. That's sad. That's sad. But I can't see them. I can't see them going another year. If their playoff numbers are in a tank, they got to make some changes. They have to, or this market's just dead. It's done. I mean, as an advertiser, I don't want to advertise in the NBA if nobody's fucking watching.
And that's where your problem's going to be because the networks are not going to be able to have a huge NBA contract anymore because who wants to advertise with the NBA? Because you'd reach more people advertising on WWE or AEW wrestling.
Hockey.
I was waiting for Jake to throw out the hockey. Hockey, man. Fucking hockey, Bob.
Give me the news. Give me the news. Give me the news.
Yeah, get the NBA in Canada. Get it in Canada.
Yeah. Put a subway up here, Okay.
Yeah, put a subway. Oh, man.
By the way, not to change subjects, but I'm going to have to give up Subway for a while.
What happened now?
Oh, Megan Rapinoe.
Megan Rapinoe is advertising for Subway now.
Oh, no.
Can't do it.
Can't do it. I bought my last pair of Nikes, so I'm not buying any more Nikes. I'm actually looking at Adidas now. Adidas has become my new shoe. I'm going to give that money to those Germans, damn it.
Yeah.
They'll put it to
know-
good use. The Swiss, actually. Is it
I'm
the Swiss?
thinking, hockey dude's got to make a Togo's commercial, and I'll just go to Togo's. Have Patty Marlowe make a local Togo's commercial because that'll be my new favorite sandwich place.
Yeah, you're paying more, but you're getting more. Togo's.
I don't give a shit.
There's your commercial. No, I was doing a commercial. I was doing your commercial.
Dude,
Oh,
that hot pastrami on a pretzel bun, brother.
yeah, I'll take that hot pastrami over Subway's hot pastrami any day of the week. A Togo. The problem with Togo's is such a good sandwich that you really need to be hungry to eat the whole thing because you're going home with sandwich. With a Subway sandwich, you eat that fucking thing. It's like Chinese food. You're hungry like in a half an hour.
Yeah.
Because all you ate was lettuce and fucking bell peppers and onions and tomatoes, basically, is what you ate. And a loaf of bread.
You're getting like a foot long Subway, but you're only getting like 6 ounces of meat. You know what I'm saying?
6 ounces.
And then then they throw on a shitload of lettuce, so you can't see. But I always skip the lettuce, man, because that means there's more room for banana peppers, pickles, and black olives.
You see their face when you say no lettuce? They're like shocked. It's like, oh my God, this is we can't fill this bread in without that lettuce.
Yeah, that's all right. Put more pickles, put more wax peppers, put more. By the way, I mean, I know we're getting off track again.
Yeah, it's all right. Sorry.
But yesterday I was craving a fried chicken sandwich.
Subway,
and I went out to the fruit yard, and it was fantastic.
Subway is no longer the official sponsor of the For Nobody's Talking sponsor.
No, I think we should pump up the fruit yard and their tri-tip sandwich.
Cancel. Cancel. I'm gonna get a cancel stamp, Bob. I'm gonna get one of those for the show. Oh, all right.
Promote like booze or something. Then if you're gonna do that, though, if you're gonna go that route, just get a bunch of free booze sent to your house.
Well, we'll get a Canadian beer sponsor and an American beer sponsor because we have so many Canadian fans. So, what is the top Canadian beer brand? It's not.
Isn't it Labatt Blue for a long time?
Labatt's? Is it Labatt's? Labatt's? It's not that Moose one. I
used to love Moosehead.
Yeah, Moosehead is that Canadian, right? Moosehead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll get one of those. We'll get one of those guys to sponsor us. Let's get into the NFL draft. I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, the Rams didn't do much of shit. I kind of paid attention a little bit to the Niners. The Niners did pretty damn good in this draft. I'm saying that's all I'm saying. I'm kind of worried, Bob. I'm a little worried as a Rams fan. The Niners did pretty good in this draft.
Well, number one, the ratings for the draft was off the hook.
Yeah.
So football still is the number one sport in America.
It's gonna
football's
be
incredible. Okay. I want to hear Jake's response to the Vikings draft and them drafting Kelly Mond out of Texas A&M. Jake?
Yeah.
He's all about hockey right now, Bob.
But the Vikings did okay this year for once.
They did.
I think they finally shored up their O-line a little bit. I'm reading today that they were trying to get that Justin Fields. They wanted that from Chicago, so they missed that opportunity. But I think they did all right for once, and I'm hopeful. Maybe is the best way to put it for the year. I don't have to walk my head in shame, maybe for once.
Well, you know what though? I think in time, Kelly Mond will be better than Justin Fields. Only because Kelly Mond's going to get to sit behind Cousins for a year and learn how to play football, how to play in the NFL. And Kelly Mond's not going to have any pressure on him. Justin Fields is expected to be the savior in Chicago. Now, Justin Fields is going to have to learn how to read a playbook because he's not going to be as talented as he was at Ohio State because this is pro football. But I think Minnesota did great, man. I think the Vikings did great.
Yeah.
They got him with the 66th overall pick in the third round.
Mm-hmm.
Poor kid. Got to wear that fucking ugly color. And then they got Chaz. Who's this guy?
It's better than blue and gold.
Surratt.
Ooh.
Chaz Surratt, linebacker from North Carolina with the 78th pick. And Watts Davis, a guard from Ohio, Bob, with the 86th overall pick. And Patrick Jones, the second defensive end, Pittsburgh. And I don't know how to say that.
Good luck.
Nuwagui, who? I don't know how to say that. Nwangwu, running back from Iowa State with the 109. How many picks they get? Kian Nahuau. Did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it?
I'm a white kid from Georgia. I can't pronounce Nigerian.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of excited though. I think they did all right. Should be an interesting year for them if they do it right.
Say it, Bob.
I'm going to say his name is Kini Nwangu.
Wangu. Yeah, there you go. I'll go with that one.
Although one of my favorite things about the draft, and we talked about this, I don't know, a couple months before the draft even happened. There was some problems last year at Oklahoma State because Mike Gundy wore an OAN polo that was given to him. And everyone said he's racist because he watched OAN news. And Chubba Hubbard, the running back, said, I'm not going to play. Coach is a racist. So he had to come in and apologize. And everyone's like, oh, Chubba Hubbard. And at one point, Chubba Hubbard was going to be the number one running back coming out of college. Okay? I believe that sumbitch fell to either round 5 or round 6. And he got drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Okay?
Yeah.
So he's not going to replace Christian McCaffrey.
No.
He's not going to replace Mike Davis as number 2 because Mike Davis had a great year when McCaffrey went down.
Yeah, he did.
So Chubba Hubbard is going to be special teams. So Chubba Hubbard, I hope you enjoyed your 5 minutes of fame calling your coach a racist because he wore an OAN polo shirt. Because you will suck in the NFL.
Yeah.
Your
Hey,
thoughts.
by the way, Brian's with us. Say hello to Brian. Welcome,
That's all
Brian.
right.
Yeah, Brian.
Everyone saw me because I told everyone how like bad colors of blue and gold are colors.
Yeah, but we weren't paying attention then. We are now.
I was Brian.
Uh-huh. Yeah, see?
Do
See?
you
At least
wanna
we got somebody on my side. This is really nice having this purple and gold on the screen, though.
Do you want to add? Yeah, but see, you guys went and got a Cal guy. You went and got somebody from Cal. Smart move. Do you want to add anything to this Vikings draft? Are you excited? Are you hopeful?
You know, I
Don't
actually
say
think
Super
that they,
Bowl. Don't say fucking Super Bowl.
well, I think that they did really decent in the draft this year. But also they've been known, like the Vikings have been known to actually like get lower round draft picks, and they've actually become good players, and then they'll trade them off. Is what happens. So, like, I mean, what Percy Harvin was an example, Moss, Jefferson, Diggs, just a couple examples there, and so I mean, I'm kind of excited to see how it's going to go. I was actually impressed that they actually went for offensive line right off the bat because they needed it. I really would have wished that they would have gotten a better quarterback. We could have gotten rid of somebody who's cost us a lot of money, but that's a whatever thing. So so there's that. But
Aaron Rodgers dream is over. The Aaron Rodgers dream is over.
It's not completely over yet. He hasn't signed with anyone yet.
I'm telling you, man, Kellen Mond, you give him a year on the bench to learn, and then in 2022, that's your starting quarterback.
Yeah, he's up
He
here.
can run the ball. He can pass the ball. Kid's got talent.
There's your guy. There's your future starting quarterback.
Kellen Mond. What's he, 6'3"?
Was that the one that they were talking about that he was on special teams and all that stuff too, as well as a
He might have
quarterback?
been.
There was a QB that was drafted in the draft that actually he was actually a runner on special teams and all that stuff, and then he's also a quarterback. So I can't remember his name. I'm gonna have to figure that out again. But I was kind of really excited when I heard that. So
6'3".
Yeah. I mean, he's a good looking kid. He's probably Minnesota's probably going to have to get their quarterback coach and work on his footwork in the pocket, and and make sure he studies his reads. So have him go 1 through 4 before he takes off running. But if he works on his footwork,
so what you're saying is we need to retrain our quarterback.
No. He just get happy feet right off the bat. Okay. You want him to be more like Patrick Mahomes instead of Lamar Jackson, because Lamar Jackson will give up on the pass too early to run, where Mahomes will stay in the pocket and look for a pass on all his receivers before he runs.
You got that, Brian?
Sure.
So what are your who
I mean, I'm not going to be telling them. I mean, I'm going to watch and see what happens here, but
you're going to be yelling at the TV is what you're going to be doing.
Well, I mean, okay. So as a Vikings fan, I've learned to accept disappointment. So there's that, and then always expect the unexpected. So there's that. Right. So I mean, it is what it is.
It's all right. Go Rams. Rams win the Super Bowl. Rams win the Super Bowl.
Vikings versus Rams.
Go Rams.
Yeah. That's the NFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I was going to say, they don't play each other this year, do they?
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think so. Gonna make me Google. Are you gonna make me Google?
Yeah. See how quick you are.
I don't think the Rams are going to be playing.
I don't think so either. But that'd be fun to watch, though.
They could, because they played the NFC East last year. So.
Oh yeah, I suppose. I did see some pretty fun tweets go back and forth between Stephon Diggs and a few other people. So that was kind of fun to watch. I can't remember his name. His name starts with a B, but he's like, "I'm glad I'm through this draft. I'm actually finally paying off the Diggs trade. So that's cool." So I thought that was.
We got Dallas, Philadelphia.
Now they're playing the. Yeah, they're going to play. Looks like they're going to play the NFC East.
Yeah.
I thought they played NFC last year.
No, they're playing Chicago this year.
John, that's last year's schedule, John.
Oh, is it? Oh, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just looked up. I just saw it said 2021 on there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on. So it'd be 2021, 2022?
Right.
Oh, they do play the Vikings.
They do play the Vikings, yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
All right, we'll promise not to beat you guys too bad.
Game number 13, right after they pace the Bucks.
Where they play them in Minnesota?
Yep. So
that's like
so
a home
the Bucks,
game for us, Bob.
Yeah. So Bucks really beat them really bad. They didn't already be worn out, and the Vikings come in and actually beat them real good. That's the plan. As a Vikings fan, that's the only way I could see this working out.
Yeah, me too.
Since on a road trip.
Oh,
if
no.
I had the money, if I had the money, I'd be there, man.
Go to Minnesota. Minnesota in the middle of February. Good luck.
Right?
Hey, you know what? I went to Boston in the middle of February from California as a friend of mine.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce, the Niners did good, man. Niners had a very, very good draft, man. I think they've got a good
Niners did, but yeah, I don't know, man.
I know, Bob. I know. Go ahead. You could say it. Nobody will hate you for saying it.
I just don't think I don't think he's good enough to be the savior year one. Jimmy G's going to have to play next year, and Trey Lance is going to have to learn to play NFL football. But if they give him a year to learn, I think Trey Lance will be really good. I think that I don't know, Bruce. You guys really didn't address your run game. I mean, I'm not sure who you guys picked up, but I thought you guys would have
Elijah Mitchell. They got
I
Elijah
thought the Niners
Mitchell.
would at least try to get a big time wide receiver.
Yeah. They got 2 running backs. They got a running back in the 3rd round.
Who'd they get?
Sherman? How do you say that? Hold on.
Oh, no, Trey Sermon.
Yeah, out of Ohio State. And
he's not bad.
Elijah Mitchell, running back from Louisiana.
Okay.
I
think though that the Niners should have tried to get a big time wide receiver, because I think that's where they needed it most. Plus, they need to shore up their back end because they lost Richard Sherman.
Yeah, there's your Niners. Those are all your picks. They didn't do too bad. '21 draft picks. Who wins it all, Bob? If you weren't a Rams fan, who's? No, it's too early to predict who's going to be in the Super Bowl. It's too early.
No, right now, if I had to pick, it's a repeat of the Chiefs and Buccaneers.
Chiefs and Bucks. Wow. You don't think the Rams have enough to beat the Bucks?
Kansas City went out and shored up his offensive line, which was the problem in the Super Bowl. You had their 2 starters were out with injuries on the tackles and stuff, and it was apparent because Pat Mahomes didn't have any time to throw. So right now, Chiefs and Bucks.
Chiefs and Bucks. Bob calling it early. You may change your mind as the season goes on, though, Bob.
The only way I'm changing my mind is if Pat Mahomes gets hurt or Travis Kelce gets hurt. Other than that, because Kansas City also went out and addressed their defense when they picked up Nick Bolton from Missouri, who's an awesome linebacker. So Kansas City's shoring up their defense, which they lacked last year. But no, they went out and got the 2 bookends, man. They got Orlando Brown Jr. and the other guy, so they're going to be able to run the ball down your face, and they'll be able to protect Pat Mahomes. They did lose Sammy Watkins, but he was like a 5th option at wide receiver, so it's no big deal.
Yeah. Let me pull up this next thing. Let's talk about your man, and I didn't know who he was. Maybe does Brian know who Bubba Wallace is?
Yes.
You lying sack of shit. Jake, do you know who Bubba Wallace is?
I do, yeah, from NASCAR racing, all that fun stuff.
Was I the only one that didn't know who Bubba Wallace?
You didn't hear the whole fiasco that went around for a while back?
Was that him? Was that guy?
Yeah.
Last year. Last year, right?
Yeah, he's the only black driver in NASCAR.
Well, okay, should have known him then.
And because of Bubba Wallace, I can't take my Confederate flag to the track anymore.
Oh, he's that guy. Oh, he's that guy. I did do some Googling. He did win a golf tournament, so he's a hell of a golfer.
Well, you know what? Golf tournament's not NASCAR racing. The only reason why. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess it's a golf tournament with all ex or not ex, but all NASCAR drivers.
I
had no idea.
The only reason why I bring up Bubba Wallace is because, number one, he's still finishing consistently in 23rd place. Okay? So last year he was driving for Richard Petty Motorsports. So he gets mad. I'm black. Everyone's picking on me. Black Lives Matter. The Confederate flag is racist. There's not enough black people in the stands. There's a noose in my garage. Oh, wait. That's a pull down that's been there for 5 fucking years. So apparently it wasn't a noose. It's just a pull down for the garage door. Okay. Yeah. So over the winter, Bubba is a driver for the Michael Jordan Denny Hamlin team now.
Whoa.
Michael Jordan got into NASCAR. Okay. So
Wow,
Bubba Wallace at the start of the season is saying, hey, now I've got some good equipment. You're going to see me winning some races. Okay. Denny Hamlin, his boss, drives for Joe Gibbs Racing in the number 11 car. But the 23 car gets all their technology from Joe Gibbs. It's a Toyota. They're running the same package as Denny Wallace is running. So, in Daytona, Denny Hamlin has a chance to win. Bubba Wallace did not help him out because when you're at a restrictor plate, you can push a guy, and it creates a better draft and stuff. So Bubba didn't help Denny, kind of pissed Denny off. Hey, I'm your boss, mother. You need to help me. Talladega was 2 weeks ago. Same thing, restrictor plate racing. Bubba Wallace was nowhere in sight to try to help Denny Hamlin because Bubba Wallace is trying to win the race himself. And Denny's like, you need to stick with your teammates. Anyone who drives a Toyota is your teammate. You need to help them. They'll help you. Bubba hasn't grasped that concept yet.
Yeah.
Bubba is getting wrecked because Bubba can't drive, and Bubba's blaming everybody else for his poor driving skills except for Bubba Wallace.
Except for himself.
He's never won a race because he's not that good. Yeah. Now he's got the best equipment, and he's still finishing 23rd, but the reason he's 23rd is because he's the only black man out there and NASCAR's racist.
Yeah. Well, he's finishing with Jordan's number, right?
Yeah, he is.
I was laughing because I was picturing a bunch of NASCAR drivers driving golf carts at a golf course and going right the whole time and never finishing the course because they just keep turning right.
Absolutely, John. John, you would be so wrong because they wouldn't be able to find because NASCAR drivers turn left, John.
Left, yeah.
Left. They turn left. The only time they turn right is on a road course.
Well, that's right.
But on an oval, they're all turning left.
They're all turning left, yeah. Well, that's why I was laughing when I was talking about the golf thing. I was thinking that has to be the longest golf tournament in history because all the drivers were always constantly just keep turning and they were finishing the golf course. Welcome, Mike. You're fined $100. No, I'm kidding. Not much. Do we recap? Let's recap because we know we want Michael's thoughts,
Absolutely.
Did you have a chance to see Bruce Jenner's I'm sorry.
Caitlyn Jenner's comments.
Caitlyn Jenner's comments about
and surprisingly enough, it's exact. I expected exactly what she said. I expected that from her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was an athlete or he was an athlete.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I think it's perfect. I think it's good. That's why when everybody was like, "Oh, that's crazy that she wants to run," and that just shows how screwed up we are. And all I said was, I want to see where she stands on her politics.
Yeah.
I mean, just because I think that her transitioning is somewhat of a mental disorder doesn't mean that she's mental. Doesn't mean that she isn't capable of, because, Bruce Jenner was a successful person, very successful. So, I'm not, and I like the fact that she came out and said that. That would be exactly, said it in a nice way, but said it in plain English. It's unfair.
It's unfair.
It's all about what's being fair, and you're not being fair to women when you allow that to happen.
No.
So
especially at the level she's talking about, high school. I mean, that's a big transition for the girls going, that are going to make that jump into into college. And like I said before, man, if I'm a dad and my daughter loses a spot to get in college because she lost out to a transgender, I'm going to be pretty upset dad. I'm going to be pretty upset parent if that happened.
The thing is most girls that not all, but a lot of girls that play sports in high school are extremely into sports and are possibly potentially looking to play in college. Like, you don't like guys just play sports because guys play sports. There's some guys that play football that could give two shits about football, but their buddies play and they're a guy, so they play. Girls, if a girl plays a sport in high school, it's usually because she's pretty damn into it, and it means a lot to her. And it's serious. She would rather be doing that than hanging out with her girlfriends or cheerleading or something else. So it's just and I'll give it up to them. A lot of, even at the high school level, girls that play sports work hard.
Yep.
Like those girls, they try to be the best. I mean, those girls, I'm sure some of them slack off, but it just seems like it overall, from what I've seen, when, they take it seriously. So it's, this shouldn't even be an issue. It's sad that it is. But.
Well, I forgot to bring up a point on this, but there's someone, I'm not going to name names, on my page that brought up the fact, well, I don't understand why this is even a big deal. It's only a small percentage of them that want to do it. And I'm like, no, it still makes it a big deal. Just because it's only a few of them that want to play in women's sports doesn't mean we should just blow over it and just go, okay, well, it's just such a small percentage, and I'm like, well, why does that make it right?
Well, yeah, it doesn't affect them, so they don't care.
Yeah, well, the person brought up the fact that it's such a small number of transgenders that want to play in these sports, and I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's still taking away a position from a girl, and that that girl.
What you should have asked her is how does she feel about mass shootings, because if she's on that side, she's probably against the Second Amendment to an extent, or against us having automatic or just assault, what would be they call assault rifles, and that makes up such a small percentage of the gun death. It's not even funny. So it's like, what side of the fence are you going to be on? Just because it doesn't affect you, it doesn't matter. What if everybody was just like, oh, it doesn't. We just don't care if there's another shooting at a school. It wasn't the school that my kid goes to. Like we don't care.
It only happens once every few years. No big deal.
Yeah, exactly. Like no, that's not how that works.
That's like, and for a woman to say that kind of upset me, because it's just like Bob was saying before. It's like, we're the feminists. We're all the feminists, man. This is
it's pretty sad that guys are the ones that are having to stand up for this. Yeah, this is prime.
This is your chance right here to fight back for once and get your point out, and like Mike's saying, who's bitching? The guys are bitching. We're the ones.
That's the craziest thing. I've only seen.
And you don't even have a daughter. You don't even have a daughter, Mike, and you're bitching.
Caitlyn Jenner is now the second woman that I've seen make a comment about this. I think one of the governors, I think it was Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah. She brought it up, and I mean, but if you watch the news or just even politics and stuff, like there's not very many women that are standing up, making this headline news. Yeah. It just seems like it's a bunch of guys. Yeah. And it's like, so anyways, I don't want to spend forever on the same topic, but
get you back into the groove. And we talked about LeBron James. He's crying. He's upset. He's upset, Mike. He's upset because he might have to play in that new playoff system that the NBA is promoting for this year, because they're losing their ass. So it's the new rule is the NBA put into effect this year, the 7th through 10th. Oh
no, I know what it is.
Right. And he's complaining because the Lakers are the current. They're right now, the Lakers are the 6th seed in the West, but they're one loss away from being that 7th spot. So if they lose, another game here, they're going to end up in that 7th spot, which will put them in having to play in that playoff bracket.
And so what did he say about it?
He doesn't like it. He says he said whoever came up with this idea should be fired. But like we were saying earlier, but that's something the NBA and the players union had to agree on. The owners had to come up with this idea. They still had to get this idea okayed by the players union. So it sounds like it was okay when LeBron's Lakers were the fourth seed or the second or fourth seed, but now that the Lakers have a chance of ending up in that seventh spot, there's a good chance they can lose to 7 will play 8 and 9 will play 10. So there's a chance they go into this playoff bracket thingy and lose, and they're out. So he's crying. He's upset. He wants to. He has stated that he thinks. I forget the guy's name, but he's upset. But also, this was something Mark Cuban also brought up last month. He doesn't like it either. He didn't like it in the beginning, but I didn't check. What are the Mavericks' positions in the playoffs? Brian, can you look that up? Are they not in the playoffs?
I think they're like right.
Give me a second.
Yeah,
I think.
Quit looking up porn. Quit looking up porn.
Mavericks are 5th.
Oh yeah, they're 5th. They're 5th. Yeah.
So they're safe. They're safe. So yeah, he's upset. He's mad, and he voiced his opinion the other day on TV. And
God damn, dude.
The Warriors are going to sneak in there, Mike.
Steph Curry is just.
He's the beast. That's the thing. Like even Bob says, the Lakers don't want to go in playing the Warriors in that spot. A healthy Warriors team playing a broken,
healthy Warriors team? No.
Yeah, playing a broken Lakers team for a one and done playoff spot.
Steph is scoring 30 every night.
Yeah.
I think he's number 1 in the league right now, averaging the most points.
Yeah. He's already making his MVP push. You see him what he said the other day?
Oh yeah, he is, for sure. The only reason they're not going to give it to him is because the Warriors' record.
Yeah, but I think that's the first time I can remember. Maybe you can, but that's the first time I can remember a player making a statement like that. Like, what did he say? Like I should be the MVP because I've scored over 30 points in whatever consecutive games or whatever his record that he's going for that he beat. Actually, he beat a record first prior to this one, which was what? What did he do last week?
I think it was most consecutive.
Was
it most consecutive?
40?
Oh no, I think it was most threes most threes made in a month. And then I think most consecutive games scoring 30 probably.
Yeah. But that's the first time I never heard Michael or anybody else say, or, like I should be MVP.
Well, they asked him. Though.
Yeah.
He didn't they said, do you think you should be MVP?
Yeah. Let me see if I can bring up Stephen Curry.
Yeah. I haven't really paid much attention to that. I've been paying more attention to.
I think they asked him.
Yeah. I've been paying more attention to what LeBron James kind of been doing with his Twitter and stuff. So that's kind of interesting with it.
What's been going on there?
So the police union that represents officers from LA Police Department sent a letter to the NBA asking the league to investigate LeBron James for his now deleted tweet about the shooting.
Yeah.
And one of the detectives, a member from the board of directors from Los Angeles Police Protective League, claimed the NBA star was a hypocrite and accused him of inciting violence towards police officers. So
yeah, it could be taken that way. What he said.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. I don't know what kind of repercussions it's
Nothing will happen, but I mean, it's good that people are standing up, though.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to happen, but it's good.
Yeah, they say the MVP leaders right now is Chris Paul and Stephen Curry. So it's
that's not true. It's what's his name? He's the center. Was it Jokic? Or
well, sporting news has got them too.
No, dude.
The top 5 season draws to close. Let's see here.
Did you guys see that cop that made the video about LeBron? He pulled up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
He got suspended.
Oh, yeah. No, he got suspended, but then they put him back in duty.
Oh, did they? Because they had set up a GoFundMe page, and it reached over $300,000, and they had to suspend the GoFundMe page.
Well, of course they did, because they're trash. Because that's what they do when conservative people get together. They just stop it. It's disgusting. But no, it's Nikola Jokic. He's the number one spot right now.
Yeah, here you go. Steph Curry
isn't going to get it. He's not even going to. They're putting so many people above him, and it's disgusting.
This guy from the Bucks.
You know why, right?
Yeah, it's Giannis. Yeah, because their team.
You know why?
Because their record.
Right. There has only been one player to win MVP in the modern generation that did not play on a winning team, and that would be Andre Dawson, who played for the Cubs. He had such a phenomenal year that they had to give it to him. The Cubs were in last place, but he was the best player that year. And the funny part was, he came over from the Expos, going to the Cubs, and the Cubs really didn't want to sign him for a big contract. He goes, "Look, I'll play for $500,000. Just let me play." And then he had that monster year, and then he got a big contract.
Yeah. Well, Chris Paul's number 3.
No, John, I don't know what you're looking at.
Can you let me finish?
Chris Paul is not number 3.
I'm showing you the list that they have. Okay. Pay attention. Pay attention. Quit eating your food. Let me go through the top 5.
That list is wrong.
Okay, NBA expert Mike from Modesto,
Chris
California.
Paul, dude, Chris Paul is not the number 3 in the running for MVP. I'm telling you right now.
And then they got the guy from Philly, and this dude is number 1, Denver Nuggets.
Jokic is number 1. Giannis is number 2. Joel Embiid is up there. Kawhi Leonard's up there. But I don't know. That's why it is what it is. Because if people didn't care, which they shouldn't care if you're on a winning team or not, but
it should be your contribution to your team.
What Steph Curry is doing is great. Like, if you watch him he's the only shooter on the team. Every team is double teaming him.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time. It's disgusting what they're doing to him.
Yeah.
And he's still scoring 30 a night.
Yeah.
Like, the man is just unreal.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a popularity contest. It should be numbers, and it should come down to numbers and what you did for your team to win.
I think Curry's trying to win the scoring title. I think he wants to get that.
Yeah, so all those 5 guys, if you were to take them off their teams, which team would hurt the most is how I would look at it for MVP, because that's contributing to his team and winning. So if you were to take
the factor about that is that if you take like a big player off a team, and maybe that big player is actually hindering another player who can really shine up, like when he actually has to. That's the other thing we need to look at, though, too. You know, like, I mean, you look at the Bulls. If you took Jordan out, Pippen's right there. If you look at, like, say the Timberwolves, you had Marbury, and you had another guard that was pretty much right there to help slack, or Garnett that was there. You've got that factor too. So if you took somebody prime off a team that has nobody else, then absolutely, you could say that.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the numbers here. I'll do Curry's numbers. He's 37.3 points, 6.1 assists, 4.6 rebounds, 51.8% shooting from the field, 46.6% shooting from the 3-point. He's 96 triples are the most anyone's ever made in a calendar year. That's the number 5 spot, and we'll go to the number 1 spot. 26.2 points average, 10.8 rebounds, 7.1 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.9 blocks, and whatever this is, 587, 393, 860 shooting splits. I don't know what that is.
Well, yeah, it's because he's a center, dude, and so he shoots from You know,
right. Yeah. I mean, those numbers are nowhere near Curry's.
Well,
to
well,
justify.
that's not necessarily true, especially when you
Yeah.
look at the points average, because Curry's shooting threes, Jokic's
Yeah.
shooting 2.
Yeah, he's
So
shooting.
if they
well,
both
and
make
he's shooting,
10
but he's
shots,
shooting from 5 feet.
Yeah,
right?
So you can take
But
that
if they
into
both
consideration.
make 10 shots, Jokic is only going to get 20 points. Curry's going to have 30 points. Okay, so that's kind of overrated right there.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I think. The only thing that's overrated for Jokic, I mean, is his points, and maybe his rebounds. I mean, of course, he's going to get more rebounds.
I mean, the kid from Philly is
he's 7
averaging
feet tall.
20. Yeah, he's averaging 28 points a game, 9 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.5 blocks per game, shooting 48% from the field over the last 12 games. So
it's the same thing when these guys are laying it up and dunking and shooting from 2 feet away. I mean, yeah, of course, their percentage is going to be high.
Yeah. Oh, right.
A fun little fact about the NBA that I actually didn't know until this last week was that Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady are actually cousins.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that at all. I'm like,
Bob, you knew that, right?
You know what? I could have heard it years ago. I didn't resonate.
So Bob,
it wasn't important to Bob. Bob's like,
it wasn't important. Just say it, Bob.
But it should have been that Rolodex up here. Come on now.
No, that just tells you because Bob's got like a photographic memory. So if that's
okay,
if he didn't,
right. So
remember that, he just
okay. You guys want a fun fact? Vince Carter and Antoine Jameson both played at North Carolina. They both got drafted the same year. As a matter of fact, the Warriors drafted Vince Carter and traded. I can't remember the team that they traded for, but the Warriors traded Antoine Jameson. To get Antoine Jameson, they gave up Vince Carter.
They gave up Vince Carter. All right. The last topic is baseball, and like I said earlier in the broadcast, we're probably talking about umpires because the Dodgers are losing, and there was probably a bad call made by it. Yeah.
Oh, so this is a bias talk. Is what you're saying.
Yeah,
No.
I did a little Googling for you, Bob. First, here you go.
Did you do the Brewers Marlins game?
No. I did a different thing because you're talking about bad calls, and when you're talking about bad calls, you're talking about umpires, and you're talking about guys that are, up there in age. So there are 76 full-time Major League Baseball umpires right now, with the average age of 49. More than half of them are over 55. And 2 of them are 66 years old. That kind of blew me away. Maybe that's, do these guys maybe need to get some eyesight checks, or do they need to change something there, Bob? Do they maybe get some younger guys out there?
I think going younger would probably be good because the umpires have to go through. They have to start at Class A,
right.
Double A, Triple A before they get a call to the pros.
Right.
So let's see here. Marlins, you guys talk amongst yourself while I look this up.
Yeah. Average starting salary for a MLB umpire, $120,000 per year. Senior umpires make $350,000 a year. I should have went to umpire school, man. Oh my God!
First base looks like an easy out. But the
those guys are good though. Those guys, I can't. I don't think I could do that job. Like, I wouldn't be able to make the calls they make. I'd be like, oh shit, I don't know. I don't know.
For 350 grand a year, I'll make that call. I'll be wrong.
I would have.
Oh yeah, I'll make it. I'll just be wrong.
I would do the call, but I would work my ass off to try not to be behind home plate. I would be an umpire. I just don't want to be behind. I know you have to, but
you have to. It's a rotation.
Yeah, I know, but I would do my best to avoid it because like Mike's saying, I don't know if I can make that call, man.
Oh, I could never make that call. That ball would come in and I'd be like,
hold on a second. Let me close my eyes. Yeah, that was a
look
strike.
good to me.
Okay, John, I sent you something on Messenger. Look, pull that up.
Okay, I'll get it.
This is what I'm talking about.
All right, I'll pull it up right now here. Yeah, I would be that umpire that physically has to close his eyes and picture the pitch again one more time before I make the call.
It's crazy to me that those guys can make those calls, though. Like, how close they get. Like, that ball's coming at 90 miles an hour, and they can, if you watch through the night, like, they got their box, and they're pretty good at it.
Yeah.
I mean,
hold on, Mike.
As long as they're consistent with their calls, like if you're going to give a pitcher 3 inches outside, as long as you're consistent on every pitch on both teams, that's okay. But when you call it one way on one person, one way on another pitch, that's not okay. Did you get that link, John?
Yeah, I do not own any rights to this video. They belong to the property of Major League Baseball and the 2 teams that are represented in the video. I got that out there.
So this is what I'm talking about, bad calls, okay?
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Brewers, Marlins.
Okay, watch this play.
Easy out. But
and I'll tell you what's wrong with it on 3 different levels here.
So out hasn't been called. So we're wondering what's going on.
You skipped it.
I didn't skip it. I played.
All right, so can you slow it down to where we see the whole thing?
The umpire points down. No. And he doesn't give the outside. Okay. So
all right, here we go.
Out hasn't been called. So we're wondering what's going on. The announcers don't know. The players don't know. The counsel comes out and says, hey, Marty Foster, what's going on? That's the umpire. Now he's claiming there was interference, that the pitcher, Godfrey, interfered with the runner.
What?
Going to first base.
Okay.
Which is just crazy. He was out by about
right. Watch this. Okay. He's calling interference on the pitcher.
You got to wonder what this umpire was thinking. Now, was he upset with did he have history with Godfrey, the pitcher, before, or Vogelback, the first baseman? Was there something he was upset with? He said, okay, I'm going to get even with you.
The pitcher had the ball. He threw it to first base. The first baseman steps on the bag. The runner bumps into the pitcher. Okay.
Yeah, but look where the runner's running.
Right. Exactly. So the umpire calls interference on the pitcher.
On a pitcher.
After the first baseman steps on the bag. Number one, the runner is running in the field of play, not in between the lines like he's supposed to.
Right. In the base pass.
The runner's supposed to be running in between those 2 lines. He's running in the actual field of play. The pitcher is in the field of play. He's not blocking him at all. Umpire calls this dude safe. Okay? Umpire calls him safe. All right?
Jackass.
They can't review it because it's a non-reviewable call. So after the game, the umpire, after he's seen the video, still sticks with his call. He goes, yeah, I was right. That's interference. The pitcher got in his way. And you've got people going, look, jackass, he's running out of his lane. He goes, no, that doesn't matter. Yes, it does.
What?
Yeah.
Well, props to him for sticking.
Dude, it's sometimes you just got to let it go. Just realize you screwed the hell up.
Right.
And just be like, I was wrong. Dude, it happens all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he is saying that, no, I was right. The pitcher got in the way of the batter. And if you look, the first baseman is going to touch first base before the runner hits the pitcher anyway. So he was going to be out anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Back finally finds first base.
He steps on the
back. Should be an out.
Yeah.
But no. The umpire is still. He just. I don't get it.
You can see. He's not. This is the base path right here.
Never leaves the grass.
Right. He's got to be running in between those 2 white lines.
In the grass. kind of almost
It
interfering
looked
with.
like running out.
If you want to be technical about it, I have no idea why this was called interference. It makes no sense. Counsel after the game was said, this is crazy. That was just a terrible call, and he's correct.
Now the league's going to look at this, though. The league's going to look at this.
The league has to, because that was just stupid.
Yeah, that's a bad call. That's a really,
that
really,
was a horrible call.
That is a
and
really.
Then even after he saw the replay, the umpire still said, "Oh no, I made the right call."
Now, did that affect the game in any way, score-wise?
Not necessarily, because the Marlins beat the Brewers 6-2. So I'm not sure if that particular on base led to a couple runs, but the score at the end of the game was 6-2. So I'm not really sure how much it affected the score more than the dude should have been out. You know what I mean? Maybe the guy gets on base, those 2 outs. You know, maybe the pitcher's got to throw 10 extra pitches now to get out of the inning, so they got to pull him because of pitch count.
All right.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that could affect.
Actually, Bob, someone has put together a worst MLB umpire moments of 2021. Should we watch it, Bob? We will watch it.
You want
it? Hold on here. Again, we do not own the rights to this. It belongs to MLB and the teams represented in the video. Oops, wrong button. Share, John. Share screen, share audio. Hide this.
Fireworks.
1-2 coming. And the slider in there, strike 3. Hit Conforto. He made no effort to get out of the way. It was a strike, but he didn't move. And Don Mattingly is going to come out and argue the call with the home plate umpire, Ron Culpa.
The ball hit him, and it was going to be a strike. Yep.
So Michael Conforto gets a game-winning RBI by sticking his elbow into the pitch from Anthony Bass, and the Mets rally for 2 in the bottom of the ninth, and only now they celebrate.
I would have done the same thing, though.
And the problem with that, but the problem with this call here, it shouldn't have counted because the ball was in the strike zone. You can't lean into it. And this guy leaned into it.
Yeah, nobody bats like that.
To win the game.
That's just ridiculous. I have never seen that.
The Mets win their home opener on a base.
Oh, you could see him pushing his elbow in there. You see that?
Yeah. Out over the plate, and that should not count.
The elbow protector of Michael Conforto, who clearly stuck his elbow in the way. Jeff McNeil ties it with a home run, leading off in the bottom of the ninth, and Conforto ends it with a bases loaded hit by pitch. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch swung on and popped in the air left side near the line. Ozuna getting under it. He's going to make the catch. Bohm tagging. He's coming home.
Yeah.
Here's the throw, and he is safe. Safe, they say. Somehow got his foot in the tag of Darno.
And he didn't tag home plate.
I don't think Alec Bohm hit the plate, and they're going to review this.
Ooh.
And this will not stand, and the Phillies will not have the lead. His foot never got down on home plate.
Oh, it doesn't. Nope.
I believe they called him safe.
They ended up,
fair side right in front of the plate. The Braves fans seeing it now, they know that it's going to be overturned. As you said, Barrett was in a really good place to make the call.
Oh, so they actually reviewing it.
Over the top of that.
Reviewing it.
What you're talking about. And now the call is he is safe.
Oh.
They say he is safe, and the Phillies have the lead 7-6 as the umpires do not overturn the call at home plate.
I think it's human nature. It really is. I mean, you get into the rhythm. And Zunino with the drive out to left. Gotta be like that.
Yeah, that should have been strike 3. But the next pitch hits a home run.
Looked to be strike 3. Zunino hits a 2-run homer, and the Rays at it again with the long ball.
3-2 from Cease. Check swing. Didn't go.
I mean, it's just like Mike's saying, though, dude. You got to make that fucking call now.
Right.
Does not like it, and probably rightfully so. That pitch thrown.
But if you're making $350 fucking $1,000, you better be making the right fucking call.
Well, all right, look, 95% of the time they're making the right call.
Yeah, exactly.
But the only problem is the 5% you're wrong, you're screwing somebody and they're pissed.
Yeah. I mean, are you more okay with a bad call during the regular season than say the playoffs? Then it's a huge mistake. Where during the regular season,
it just all depends on how egregious the bad call is. Now, before they had instant replay, this guy from the Detroit Tigers was pitching a perfect game. So the last out comes up, and the guy hits the ball, and he's running to first, and the play is close. It's bang bang. Okay, it's bang bang. Umpire calls him safe. Okay. They didn't have instant replay at the time, but they were showing instant replay on the scoreboard, and you could tell the guy was out.
Yeah.
So the umpire after the game, he just came on. He was crying. He said, "Look, I'm sorry. I cost that kid a perfect game. Okay, I cost him a no-hitter and a perfect game because I blew the call."
That's big, though. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm not calling that out.
Right.
No matter
I
what.
I don't give a fuck.
Straight 3.
Yeah.
Like, buddy, you're getting called out. Sorry about it.
Yeah.
As an umpire, there's a chance you're going to get a watch out of it too. So you call that third strike because the pitchers have been known to buy watches, right, Bob?
Absolutely.
And why? If I'm a pitcher, and I don't know if it goes against MLB rules and regulations, but I think I'm buying the umpire a watch too. I think I'm buying him a Rolex too.
Either that, or next time I see him out, I'm buying him a steak dinner.
Yeah. Shit.
Wow, where was the pitch? In New York, had a spikes go to the whole thing.
Now there is one umpire everybody hates. His name is Angel Hernandez. And he is flat out a horrible umpire. And I think Angel Hernandez likes being bad, so he's still relevant. Because he'll make at least one bad call per game.
And is he one of the older guys? He's one of the older guys, right?
Yeah, Angel Hernandez is probably in his late 50s.
I'm still surprised that there are still 2 guys in the league that are 66 years old calling games.
Yeah. Well, I think one of them is Joe West.
Yeah, I had the names here. I think, did I save the names? I don't know if I did save the names. Hold on here. I think I just put the I don't know if I actually saved their names. Gary Davis and Joe West are your 2 66-year-olds.
Yeah, nobody likes Joe West either, man, because Joe West is a hard ass.
Well, 66. You better have some pretty fucking sharp eyesight.
No, that had the whole plate. I mean,
and run it back on the plate.
See, that's a strike.
That's a strike.
Where was that?
That's a strike.
Look at him. He's like, "Where? Get your eyes fixed." That was clearly a strike.
But he's got a good arm.
Well, the whole thing is again, every umpire has his own
That's
strike.
a strike. He called that a strike.
As long as he's consistent, no one's going to care.
Delivers the pitch.
See, that's a ball. He'll call it a strike. So, yeah, exactly. That's a good 6 inches outside.
Yeah.
So as a batter, you don't know what to swing at hardly anymore. Now you're swinging at bad pitches because this who's calling them 6 inches off the plate.
Oh, no way.
Here's the second.
He needed a golf club
That's
to hit
the
that
ball.
last one.
Right. But the problem is what they're doing now is called framing.
On the
The catchers, wherever they catch it, they'll pull it up to the strike zone.
Good, but it was
Yeah.
And that's what the umpire sees at the end is where the catcher's glove is.
That was a good pitch, though.
And that's the hard part too, is like when for a pitcher, it can go the opposite way. For when a pitcher, like if at the beginning of the game an ump is calling, stuff in, balls or strikes like inside outside, and then he changes it up. Like if at the beginning of the game he was giving them the low and outside, and then they start going to it because it's working, and then later in the game he stops giving it to them. It can throw pitchers off.
Yeah, they teach
they
that
adjust
shit in Little League. Yeah, they teach that shit in Little League, Bob. I used to listen to the coaches.
Consistently bad, at least people know what's going on.
They teach in every catcher
to
frame
be bad in the first inning and be completely different in the second inning.
Yeah, I remember Frankie's coach just bring it back to the middle. Bring it back to the middle, no matter where you catch it. Bring that fucking ball back up to the middle.
Bring it back to the middle.
Well, it's hard. I mean, it's going 97 miles an hour, and people don't understand. Even with the MLB showing us that little square box, that doesn't really show you anything of where that ball is when it's crossing home plate. Now, I don't know how that machine works. Is it framing the ball before it gets to home plate or after it gets to home plate? I don't know how that works.
In the middle of home plate. In the middle of home plate.
In the middle of home plate. See, that's where I'm wondering where is picking up that ball, where it first picks up the ball to spot it, because you can't tell. It's just a square box. Yeah, I could throw something. Sure, it's eventually at some point in time it may be there, but it's going to end up here. Where it's getting called, on the computer is probably going to be called in the middle because that's where it was first. So it looks like a strike, but where it ends up, Bob, it is your time for you. This seems like it's been the whole Bob show. Bob's been irritated on everything. We should just had all the topics.
We just did the bad calls, right?
Yeah, we just did the bad calls.
So what's left for me? Max Kellerman?
We are going now. We're actually going into what's bothering Bob now, but that was just our regular topics. But now we're into what's bothering Bob.
Well, wasn't the bad calls in baseball one of mine?
Bad calls in baseball that was the topic.
Oh, okay. Hold on here. Let me get.
And you had NFL draft, NFL our thoughts. Mike, your thoughts on the 49ers draft picks? We didn't get into that.
What bothers Bob? Bad umpiring in baseball. What bothers Bob? So, and my only other one was Max Kellerman from ESPN.
Yeah.
Max Kellerman, a day before the draft, was so high on Justin Fields, and he couldn't understand how Justin Fields was going to drop. And Max Kellerman said the most stupid, asinine thing he could ever say. He said, if Justin Fields is not one of the top 3 quarterbacks picked, then the NFL is racist.
Racist.
Which is
the guy that beat him out.
Yeah, which is the most stupid, asinine thing you could say. I mean, maybe he doesn't fit what that team needs at quarterback. Okay? Right. Now, Justin Fields is a good kid. He was good at Ohio State. Justin Fields is going to have problems for the Chicago Bears if he's got to be the starter because Chicago they lost to Kyle Long, who's a great offensive lineman. They did replace him. Chicago's beat up on the offensive line. Their defense is awesome, but Chicago did really nothing to address the needs of a wide receiver and a decent running back. David Montgomery's good, but David Montgomery is not the guy you're going to give the ball to 30 times. Because Justin Fields, if he has to stand back the whole game and pass, he's going to get beat up and he's going to suck.
Yeah.
Because of that system. But as a team owner, you should be able to pick whoever you want to on your team. You shouldn't have to bow down to what a boxing analyst says on ESPN. Yeah. Now, did Trey Lance go to the Niners because the Niners felt pressure to pick an African-American quarterback over Mac Jones? We don't know.
I don't think
because
so.
all you heard going into the draft was the Niners were going to take Mac Jones. Did the Niners take Trey Lance because they felt obligated to draft a black quarterback?
No, because their insider said that it was going to be came out and said it's either going to be Mac Jones or Trey Lance, and they're keeping it close to the vest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the thing, is Max Kellerman probably thought they were taking Mac Jones. So it would have been 3 white quarterbacks, but it doesn't really, it makes you look real freaking stupid when the third quarterback just happens to be a black kid. And that's what was stupid. I heard other people making that same statement. Oh, Justin Fields is dropping because they're just doing this because he's black. I'm like, the guy that is possibly going to take his place is Trey Lance. He's black. Like, you're an idiot. Yeah. And you can't sit here and tell me that hands down Justin Fields is better than Lawrence or the kid that went to the Jets. Yeah.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah, you can't tell me that Justin Fields is hands down better than them.
Well, out of the two, which one fits that 49er roster? Mac Jones.
I think Trey Lance fits it better than probably Mac Jones, personally.
What do you think, Bob?
Trey Lance is going to have to learn how to read defenses and be a pocket passer. Yeah. I know he could run. His first year behind the center and stuff, he might have a great year because defenses don't know how to play him. But let me tell you one thing. Once every defense coordinator gets familiar with how Trey Lance is going to play, they'll treat him just like Kaepernick. They're going to rush forward. They're not going to go hard after him. They're going to drop back. They're going to play pass defense, and they're going to make him beat him with his arm. They're not going to give him the chance to run.
That's what I think. I think they looked at Trey Lance and thought, okay, Trey Lance, we'll have to train him to be more of a pocket passer and to read defense, or we get this guy that isn't mobile but is a pocket passer. Yeah. And I think they probably thought in their head, we have a better chance we think we can get Trey Lance to be able to read defense and to be a better passer because he's already got the wheels. Mm-hmm. I think that's where their mindset was, because you can't train athleticism. You can't, the chances of if a guy can't maneuver and move, and you could teach him how to step up in the pocket and stuff like that. But Mac Jones just looked like he just can't run.
He's got a better arm.
Well, he did in college. He did in college.
He's got a better arm. I think where he's at is better for him than being on the Niners.
Mac Jones is off. He's happier than shit to be playing for the Patriots.
Yeah, he's
exactly, for sure.
Yeah,
that's a great place for him. I think
offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
I think that fits him perfectly.
They're already making the Brady comparisons over there. Did you see the shirt?
And
the
they
shirtless
need to stop.
tweet. The shirtless
sports.
tweet.
That's just sports. Sports needs something to talk about.
But I'm sorry. When all right, we all have our images of what these athletes look like with their shirts off. Mac Jones does not look like a fucking athlete with his shirt off. Nor did Tom Brady, but
I want to know. I want to see what his mom looks like with her shirt off.
Yeah,
dude, Zach Wilson, his mom.
Zach Wilson's mom.
We're going moms now. We're going to
Zach Wilson's mom. No, and his girlfriend too.
Your mama.
Oh yeah.
His mom and his girlfriend. I'm like, damn.
God, damn.
Did you hear that reporter asked like how that made him feel?
Yeah.
Some reporter asked like, so how do you feel that like you just went number 2 in the draft, but all the talk is about how hot your mom is.
Exactly.
Your mom is.
But she's pretty smoking hot, so.
Yeah. Well, okay, so.
All right, I got to Google the mom now, you bastards. I hate you bastards.
You didn't see that whole thing, John?
I did, but I don't remember her. So who am I looking? Whose mom am I looking? Whose mom am I looking for?
Zach Wilson.
Oh, Jack Wilson.
Yeah, the guy that went number 2.
And he looks like he's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like a baby.
Yeah.
He does.
You know what? I think the reason that Justin Fields fell is because he's athletic. I just don't think he's going to pick up the playbook and read a defense as well as the other three in front of him. And by the way, and he's got epilepsy.
Yeah.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out. It came out last week that he has epilepsy.
That can't be good.
Right. Well, he's got it under control, but you never know when he can have a stroke on the field.
Yeah, it can be dangerous.
Yeah. And I'm surprised that the Bears went after him, but because they just signed Andy Dalton, they still have Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, that's the Mormon kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Mormon kid.
Yeah.
Do you see his mom?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I saw the picture.
Put her up.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, Jake's getting excited. Put her up.
You know what the #1 search is? Zach Wilson's mom's age. Zach Wilson's mom's age.
That's horrible.
Bob,
I don't give a shit see, that's the problem with this world is that people care how old she is. Who gives a shit?
Oh,
I don't care if she's 60.
That's the #1 search. That is fucking hilarious. I start putting his name in, it starts to autofill, and it's Zach Wilson's mom, and then age.
Put the picture up. Put a picture up. Don.
I am, but I'm still kind of fucking blown away. You sure he's not 13? God.
Right. No, he's 20.
Damn.
His girlfriend's pretty smoking hot too.
Yeah, his girlfriend's pretty hot too.
Yeah,
God.
that's his mom.
That's his mama. Oh man. Oh, they don't go into depth. Come on, I don't want to see any more ads. God damn. Yeah, man, she's got to be. I don't know. Late 30s,
well, she's
early 40s.
No, dude, she's in her 40s.
Early 40s.
Yeah, late 30s, early 40s. Gotta be.
She's in her 40s. I guarantee.
She looks fantastic.
Oh, she got bikini photos.
Oh God!
Bikini photos. There we go.
This might not be real. You got to be careful. I don't.
This is Dad. This is Dad.
I highly doubt she has a bikini photo. Okay, I'm sure those are other women.
Yeah.
Like, let's not. Come on, man. Let's not.
Yeah,
let's
that's
not be
his
this.
mom.
Yeah,
let's not be this misogynist.
We're at the point of we don't know what we're looking at. So.
Yeah, let's get off of that, John. Come on, we don't need to be that bad.
All right.
All right. She's a gorgeous woman. Let's just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
They're not going to disclose her
I mean,
age.
she's got that Jessica Simpson thing going on.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, it's because of the. I think it's because of the hair.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's mom's hot. She signal ?
People are wild, dude.
Somebody on there that is just freaking hilarious. I don't see an age though. She's not disclosing it.
Well, yeah, dude. She doesn't. She wants this to be about her kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Not about her.
And next week, dude, the strut though. The strut though, man. Come on, dude. Look at that fucking walk. First round draft pick. You got to listen to the audio of that. Hold on. Let me take this off and put it back on here. Listen to the audio they use for his walk into the stadium.
Bob, how do you think he's going to do over there at the Jets?
I think he's going to have a rough couple years because the Jets are slowly building up their offensive line. But the Jets also got a good running back in Michael Carter, and they did draft a wide receiver to help him out. Defense is solid. You got Robert Saleh as the head coach now, so the defense will be good. He will go as far as his offensive line will let him go. But he's going to have to rely on Michael Carter to run the ball a lot just to free him up.
I think he's going to have trouble if their line. I think their line might give him. It might be a little trouble.
All right, listen to the audio. Listen to the audio of him strutting in as he gets picked.
They didn't play that.
No, they didn't, but somebody edited it.
Somebody edited that. I don't even think he's like strutting. I think he's just walking fast.
Dude, he's walking like a champ. He's like, I don't
know. People made it seem like it was that big a deal. Like, I don't think he's strutting. I think he's just walking fast.
Yeah.
And he's nervous.
Oh, there's mom and dad. That's a big boy.
The only thing that Trey Lance has going for him better than Zach Wilson is Trey Lance isn't playing in a huge media market.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson's going to New York. All right, so he's going to be heavily criticized. Trey Lance messes up. Go ahead.
I had a quick question for you. You didn't by any chance the NDSU game yesterday, did you?
48 years old.
The NDSU game yesterday?
No.
The FCS finals?
I told you, dude. I told you guys. She was. Yeah, come on. Like, I was thinking mid to late 40s.
She's 48.
She's 48.
That's what I was saying. She looks good, but you can tell she's a little bit older.
Mike stresses that. I told you she looks good.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I can, like, I have an eye. I can pick out these I have an eye for these older women.
Mike is like, I know my MILFs. I know my MILFs.
I do.
I'll tell you how old my MILFs are, okay?
If you would have seriously, I told you guys 40s. I said no way she's in her 30s. No fucking way.
Yeah.
I knew if you would have asked me, I would have said mid 40s.
She has a Instagram. Should we go visit her Instagram?
No, fuck, dude. Come on, let's get off this. We spent enough time on his mom. All right.
She's 5 feet. Stands at the height of 5 feet.
That's awesome.
She's 123 pounds. Yeah, no,
she's 5'6".
5'6".
Yeah, I was gonna say because she didn't look that short next to her.
5'6.5" inches.
She has 6 kids.
What? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh,
it says right there.
Yeah,
wait, don't move.
Yeah,
even in her late 40s, Lisa remains vivacious and attractive. Don, don't move it. Bring it back. They're right there. And having 6 kids didn't bring many changes in her body.
Jesus, what is this site?
Yeah, this is disgusting, dude.
Yeah.
Hey,
we are feeding into this misogynistic shit.
So like, Bob, here's the reason why I asked Bob is because the Bison actually lost yesterday, and that's actually the first time in almost 10 years, except for last year, that they haven't actually got to the semifinals or won a championship.
Wow.
So
well, that's because
the
they
Bison have won a championship in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, 2019. 2020 wasn't there. And this year they didn't make it all the way. So almost 10 years they've won almost every championship except for one.
Yeah. They didn't have their quarterback.
No, they had quarterbacks. I'm not saying that they were good quarterbacks. They had quarterbacks. Right. The one that was playing yesterday was actually throwing behind all the time, so caused quite a few interceptions. But they did come from behind. What was it, 17-0, 17-2.
Each team got a safety.
And then they came back 20-17. Then they lost 24-17. I think it was. It was actually a pretty good game.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. They did two long returns, a 94-yard punt return or kickoff return, and then another one that was 80 yards, I think it was.
Yep.
And then they scored those 2 consecutively, and so they were back in the game, and they ran the ball a lot, try to waste time, which they did, and then it came back and bit them in the butt because they got an interception late in the game, and that cost them. I think it was.
Dude, are these twins?
It was a fun game.
Holy shit. They look like they're fucking identical, though. Am I right?
Well, the guy in the blue is Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I know, but look at this. I mean, you can see the difference between the other 2 boys, but these 2 look like They were separated. He didn't have a twin brother, right?
I don't know, man.
Yeah. All right. Well,
actually, was this the first year that UND was actually in the playoffs with them?
At least that far or something. Yeah. I think it was our first year of eligibility.
John, what are you doing?
I'm just. I wanted to see. It's 4 boys and 2 girls. So she's got four boys and 2 girls. That's what I was just curious to see.
So he's the oldest.
He must be, but that one looks like it could be his fucking twin, dude. I mean, Jesus Christ.
No, yeah, he's definitely the oldest.
Yeah, he's the oldest. But this one looks like it could be, they just reseeded him.
He might be the next. I think he looks like he's the next boy.
They could have reseeded.
It looks like the girl next to him is the next underneath him, and then that kid that you're saying is the twin is the third kid.
It's got to be him, her, this one, then this one.
That one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's her Instagram page. If you guys want to go find her, Lisa Williams.
No.
Nah, that's all right.
That's okay.
That's right. She's married.
She's married to a very big
if you actually read the stats on there, she's got 12.3 thousand followers, and she's only got 100 pictures on her Instagram.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah, and I bet all those followers have been in the last
like 3 days.
You know what the thing is, dude? I bet she's gotten hella followers, and she's just denied them all.
Yeah, no, she's
1,000%.
She went up because she's at
I bet if she would accept every one of them, dude, she would have probably been at some stupid number.
Yeah, she has 143 posts, 19,600 followers.
Yeah, and she was at 12.3K. Yeah. It's still at 143 posts.
But this is impressive. She's actually following almost 2,000 people. You don't see that. Usually this number is like 10, 20, 30. If you're someone really popular, you usually don't follow that many people. So she's actually, the ratio is pretty bad, but at least she's following 1,900 other people.
Well, there's actually a program that I know of friends that actually use it. What they do is there's actually a program you can get on your phone. And what it is, you push a button and it goes through and it goes through and goes through tags and it just likes and follows people. And then they end up following you back. And then it automatically unsubscribes, unfollows them like instantly. So basically it does that consistently. So that's how you get to that 1 million and 2 area, because it always follows and unfollows people all the time.
Yeah.
And that's how these people get all these followers.
She's not like Taylor. She's not like Taylor. Right. 155 million followers, and she's following no one.
Yep.
She follows no one. 0.
We all know who one. Well, we all know who one of those followers are.
Oh, I'm one of the 155. Right? I'm just saying. That's what's so impressive with that. She's nobody famous. She's somebody's mom, but at least she's going out of her way and actually following 1,900 people, where you get some of these.
So first of all, I'm pretty sure that she manages her own account.
Yeah.
Taylor doesn't. I'm sure on the other hand.
I don't know. Good for Taylor. We love you, Taylor.
Because I'm pretty sure the people manage the accounts. I don't want to see anything. I'm just going to post stuff and just have people like things. I don't want to log in and see stuff.
I want to run.
Who in the hell is? Who's Taylor Swift? Oh,
Taylor
you follow
Swift.
Taylor Swift. Right. You're such an idiot.
I am one of the 155 million follows Taylor Swift.
Did you see what website we were just on? Of course, he follows Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
I know. I can't do that, dude. I can't. Taylor's got a cute face, but I'm sorry. If you're 6 feet tall and
she's almost 6 foot tall too, bud.
And you're just a board, and you're just a thin board. I'm cool.
She's not a thin. She's thickened out.
Nah, give me Shania Twain, man. She's got curves.
Yeah, exactly. I would have thought she was cute when I was 17. Now that I'm a grown ass man, no. I need something to grab. Yep, Shania Twain.
Shania Twain.
Thelma
Hayek. Well, okay, let's get back to sports.
All right.
Well, first of all, I'm just going to point this out. I think we changed the subject.
Yeah. All right. I got a question for you. We'll each do it. Who has which team? I know not all of them have them anymore, but which team has the best cheerleaders, best looking cheerleaders in the NFL?
I don't know. They don't show them anymore.
Yeah, I know.
Mike's got a point.
Yeah,
So it's kind of hard to know.
They still show a little bit.
Some teams don't
I would say, obviously, Cowboys usually are pretty decent, good-looking cheerleaders, and I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just biased, but I think the Raiders and the Niners.
Yeah, no, completely biased. Absolutely,
completely biased.
I don't know.
Do they still
That's
have?
just me.
Do they have? They still have cheerleaders in the NBA?
I think the Raiders and the Niners have good-looking cheerleaders usually.
I would pretty much have a safe bet and just say pretty much like any teams like in the South are going to have the better cheerleaders than the North.
They're going to have good cheerleaders. That's I don't think any team probably is like, damn, just got a bunch of ugly ducklings.
Got some uglies here. Bob, go ahead, Bob.
Dallas Cowboys will always be the best. Just because what those girls have to go through to be a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Yeah. They have to fit the mold. Looks. Looks too. They have to have the look.
You ever watched the show?
You ever watched the TV show?
Yeah, their own TV show showed like how they went through. They actually have to look a certain way.
Yeah.
They had to have everything to like a certain degree in order to be on the show and they would actually do cuts all the time. Yeah.
No, I know. I've watched it.
I can't remember
I've had
what year it
before.
was. I can't remember what year it was, but after the whole Dallas Cowboy craze, when all the other teams started getting into hot cheerleaders, on the cover of Sports Illustrated, there was this chick from the Eagles, and she was in a skimpy outfit with no bra on, and she's jumping up and down, and her left tit pops out. And that was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Of course, they covered up the nipple part, but they just go, oops. But it was a Sports Illustrated cover. And then they talked about all the teams going to better-looking cheerleaders because Dallas was the first.
Yeah, that's why I said Dallas. I mean, Dallas is always going to be,
So they don't have the girls in the NBA no more? They don't have the dancers? There were dancers.
They are dance girls. They're not cheerleaders. They are
they're dancers.
They're on the dance
they only
team.
have dancers.
Right. They're on the dance team.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. One of my friends, actually, John, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy Pointer's, her old roommate when she was living in LA, like 4 or 5 years ago, her old roommate was a dancer for, I believe, the Clippers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Years ago in the early 90s when when Hootie the Blowfish first came out, my buddy Mike French was dating a 49er cheerleader. Her name was Tanisha Bazan, and she was from Modesto.
Yeah.
And she was
somebody that dated an NFL cheerleader, right, Mike? Who do we know that dated an NFL cheerleader?
I don't know. Nobody I know.
I thought we had a friend that dated somebody that was a cheerleader.
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Maybe. Who knows?
Or do we know someone that dated somebody that was dating someone that was an NFL football player? Is that what I'm thinking? Not a cheerleader, but she dated somebody that was an NFL player? Is that what I'm thinking?
I don't know anybody that's dated an NFL player.
Not an NFL player, but an ex-girlfriend of an NFL player. Is that what I'm thinking?
Maybe. I don't know, John. I have no idea.
Yeah.
You got to give me more than that.
I can't remember. I remember we were talking about it years ago that one of our friends was dating a girl that used to date an NFL player. A friend from Frank's, I think.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Dated somebody that used to date somebody that was a...
Well, Joey's wife used to go to school with Kaepernick, but...
Oh, did she go to school with... Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
She went to school with him, but she didn't date him.
Yeah. All right, boys. Anything else you guys want to throw out there? Oh, hey, Jake, any hockey news? You got anything you want to report on hockey before we end the show?
No, probably more next week. The season, it was supposed to end this Saturday, but it got extended to the 16th because a lot of teams had COVID. Are
they still
that
canceling?
virus? No, they're all back. They're playing makeup games now, so that's basically what next week is.
Well, I don't get it. Aren't these guys getting the shots? They shouldn't be getting COVID anymore. I mean, these guys should have been some of the first people on the planet, being that they're, millionaires. I'd figure most athletes that really want to get the shot have gotten the shot before most of us have.
Yeah. He might have.
When you think, Bob?
Hey, John, I sent you a picture on Messenger. Pull that up real quick.
What's her name's mom?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jake, I was told that the Wild game tonight was actually pretty good, though.
I saw that. Yeah, they were down 3-5 and came back and won it.
I'm gonna have to blow this up, Bob. Hold on, because it's so small.
Yeah, well, it gets blurry if you blow it up. But anyway, yeah, my buddy Mike French dated her back in 1993 and 94 when she was a cheerleader for the Niners. She's from Modesto.
She's from Modesto. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how clear it's going to be if you blow it up.
Yeah,
she was pretty damn hot.
It won't let me go any bigger.
Yeah, she was pretty damn hot.
Yeah, it's not my I don't know what I just did to my Facebook. Look what I did to my. Oh man, hold on. My computer just locked up on me for doing that. There you go.
So if anybody knows Tanisha Bazan, she made the For Nobody's Talking Sports. She's internet famous now.
She's internet famous, being on the For Nobody's Talking Sports.
Yeah.
Would you date an NFL cheerleader, Bob?
If I had the chance, hell yeah. That's a dumb question. Hey, that's like asking Mike, if you could date an NFL cheerleader, Mike, would you, Mike?
No, of course not. I mean, come on. What fucking question is that?
What was John thinking?
Would I love to date a hot piece of ass? No, never.
See, Jake would, but she's gonna have to like hockey though.
That's it. One stipulation. One stipulation.
Would you date her if she didn't like football? Or it would be baseball. It would be baseball to Bob. Would you date a girl that just hated fucking baseball, Bob?
Just sports in general.
Ooh, yeah.
Actually,
that'd be hard.
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
That'd be hard.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to pass on that.
I'm not gonna say I'd have to pass, because if she was hot and she was cool, but she just didn't like sports, I would probably deal.
Yeah.
Because I think I would just be like, look, that's fine as long as you just understand, like, I watch sports. So when I watch sports, you got to go twiddle your thumb somewhere.
Yeah.
Right.
You go make dinner, I'll watch the game.
I'll watch the game.
Right.
Fucking Mike, you go make dinner.
And then when you're done, you can go watch a movie or TV show in the other room. I got a big TV. I got a big TV in the other room too. I'm gonna watch sports.
The comments made by Mike Hawk do not represent this network.
Yes, they fucking do.
Yeah, they do. All right. Anything else you guys got before we end this shenanigans?
I think that's it.
That's it. Mike, you good?
I'm good.
The Viking 2, the Viking clowns. Anything? This is an opportunity for you to say Vikings win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we can say that, but the thing is, though, you're going to be talking after this. So, I mean, whatever we say,
I'm just kidding.
See, this is my point.
I love you, brother. All right, guys, we are out of here. And Viking fans, there you go, Viking fans. Go Rams.
All right, guys.
We'll be watching this here.
All right, have a good night.
All right. Oh, wrong one.